What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe. What series is this? I forget what it's called. The Origins series, Stridor. Yeah, I'm not editing that out neither, but we're going to be taking a look at the Origins Stridor because I'm going to be using this as my stand-in for my Masterverse Stridor, because I don't think Masterverse is ever going to get to a Stridor. If they ever do, good on them. I'll sell this and pick up that one. And I'm saving this for King Randor. I think this is big enough. I'm going to show at the end of the video how he looks next to He-Man. And I'm sure if they were to make a King Randor, he'd just be using the same body, which is what I want. So hopefully, if, obviously, ideally, I'd like a Revelations Masterverse Stridor, but I don't think we're ever going to get that. And this actually looks pretty good. I already kind of took it out and played with it a little bit, but for the most part, I actually think it's really, really cool, and I think it'll work good. So taking a look at the packaging, it is in the vehicle deluxe style packaging. You get a picture of the figure there, all there, retro play. You get some awesome artwork up at the top with He-Man, Sunman, Fisto. I think that's Sunman. Sunman, Fisto, Skeletor up on his weird thing. The aerator over there looks pretty cool. On the back, you get the same bird, Stridor, all the accessories and what they do over here, which is really cool because I think it connects to the Castle Grayskull, so you can have Stridor coming out of it, the new one, not the old one. Here's the new wave for 2022. On the bottom, you get Masterverse Stridor, or not Masterverse, I'm sorry, Masters of the Universe Stridor, Heroic Armored Warhorse, time like the assembly, and the barcode there if you're looking for. On the side, you get a little bit of a gremlin. On the other side, you get like another little monster. I'm not really sure what those are. The artwork's really nice on the top. But I believe that's all there is to say about this packaging. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this horsey up. So taking Stridor out of the packaging, there's a lot more to this figure than I initially thought. And I like that a lot. The paint apps, well, pretty basic. The ones that are there are pretty cool. I'm never really a big fan of sticker work, but the way that they do it on here is pretty well done, and it's good enough. I think I might try to do a wash on this. Maybe paint in some detail, like the silver rivets and things like that. These panels, paint them silver, just to add a little bit more to it, to try to get it to look a little bit more like the Masterverse, like a Masterverse version, or like the Revelations version, because for the most part it's here, but just a little bit work, maybe like some wash in the red parts, maybe just a wash across the whole thing. Like I said, paint in some silver here, but for the most part it's really cool. So let's go ahead and take a closer look here. On the head, you can see the texture of the brown, but then really nicely painted silver. That's why I'm saying I would really like if the rest of these things were painted silver. There's a lot of good detail here. These cannons do pop on, or they pop off as well. So they're separate in the box, but you pop them on. They come out very easy. They won't fall out. I mean, if you move them around, they'll come out. But, they're doing their thing. They're pretty cool. And then you get the blue eye, and then the mouth is cool. I like the sculpt of like the chassis kind of thing. That looks really cool. You get some sticker with some axes on it. On the other side, it has the same thing. All cool on the other side too. Then you get the iconic orange legs. I like the silver that's painted on the shoulder and the knee there, or I guess the elbow. I like that a lot. It looks cool. And then the hind legs are very similar. Again, the silver paint that they use is very nice. So it would have been cool if they went ahead and painted all this stuff. I might do like black under here, paint in all those black, paint all this stuff in silver, maybe some red, some blues. I like the sticker work on the back of the seat here, along with the cannon. Again, it just kind of looks plasticky. I mean, I know it's plastic, but whatever. You get the console in there, I guess, is that what you want to call it? The console in there, which that looks really cool. It's just a sticker, and then the whole thing is hollow to put figures inside of. And then, you get the red tail. That looks cool. But like I said, the sculpt is there. It's just a matter of maybe a little bit more paint apps, because it kind of comes off as cheap. The silver really redeems it. If this was a flat gray, this would look really shitty. But the fact that they do it in silver does really amp it up a lot. But where I think this figure really strides, get it, Stridor, but isn't the accessory. So let's go ahead and take a look at those, because there are quite a bit. So starting off, he does come with this base that you can attach to the new Origins Castle Grayskull, which to this day I've still never seen. I don't think I'm going to get it because I do have the original one. I know the new one's a little bit bigger than the old one, but I don't really have space for that or the money, so we're gonna take it easy on that. Also want to mention that I do like the grill here. The sticker's nice on that, but you do see that it comes with a flight stand that does click back and forth. I really don't see the point of this because it only holds it up that far off of the base, so you really can't do much with it. So it's really just to get them to do this. Now this part of the fence here, you have to click on, and it's a one-time click thing. So once you click it on, you can't really get it off. You'll have to like heat the shit out of it to get it off. But the peg does, that's what this hole was for. So it'll clip on good. You can get this to come back out. It's not too hard at all. So if you like that, I mean, I guess it's cool, but it really doesn't serve too big of a purpose. So I don't know. It's cool. I like the base more than the flight stand. So I will probably just have him like attached to my classic Castle Grayskull, like the vintage Castle Grayskull, because like I said, that's what I have. So I'll probably just in my display eventually try to figure out a way to just put that on there. It might not attach exactly, but it looks cool in there. He does come with 2 helmets, so you get like the more discreet one. So I would use that for He-Man, like if He-Man or Prince Adam was gonna ride this. This is the one that I would put on. It's just a flat red plastic, like I said. Maybe a wash would really bring out that sculpt. But the one that I would use when I display him, if they ever make a Masterverse King Randor, is this one. I think that looks a lot cooler. You get like the unicorn horn. I would love to go and paint all those little rivets silver, a wash on this, maybe a different tone of red. I would look at the like the Revelations design and see what elements of that I could add to this to make it look more like that version. But yeah, I definitely like that a lot more. And then obviously, you know, he's a horse, he's gonna need reins. So you open his mouth, which does have like a spring hinged jaw, and put in the mouthpiece there. And then you have 2 handles here that you can make a figure hold. So for demonstration purposes, here is the Masterverse He-Man, which we'll get to scale a little bit more in the end, but you can have it hold on here, which looks really cool. And then obviously you can have both once, you know, obviously when he's not holding a shield. But I think my favorite accessories for this figure come in effect parts. So again, we'll show scale a little bit more at the end, so stay tuned. You get 3 big old blast effects that are made with these nice translucent blue plastic. They're all the same sculpt as far as I'm concerned, and they are intended to go on the back cannon, slides right over. On the side front cannons, they slide right over as well, which, man, that is a really cool added bonus that I really don't think was necessary, but it's really cool that it has. I never really understood the part of the butt cannon, so I probably won't use that on there. But, you know, the top cannons do look really cool, so having them on there is pretty awesome when they don't fall off. So despite this being like a vehicle type thing for the Origins line, I really do gotta say that the articulation is pretty cool. So you're gonna get like a little bit of pivot at the head here. It'll go down, it'll go up, and then it rotates at the bottom where the silver meets the brown. So that I did not expect. So I like that a lot. So you can get them like straight looking up, looking down a little bit more. You can get it like to pivot to the side a little bit. I like that a lot. I think that's pretty cool. And I think that works really, really nice. So after that, you know, you get the swivel. These rotate. These are going to rotate for you. The front leg is going to kick forward thus far. It'll go back, and then you get the knee hinge that'll go for backwards and forwards, and then you get the ankle hinge. Obviously no pivot, but there's nothing that goes out, so it really doesn't need pivot. And then the back legs will click forward and back, and then the knee will hinge back and forth. The top cannon will rotate. You also have an ankle down here, just want to clarify, and then a swivel at the tail. So it's pretty easy to get him to stand. You know, and you know, you gotta get that classic horse pose of like on top of the, you know, back hind leg or on top of the hind legs. That work really cool. Get the cannon out, get the cannons loaded. You know, you can get him to do that fairly easy. Sorry, you're kind of going to see the side of the review station here, but you can get him to do that fairly easy. And I think that's really cool that you're able to do that thanks to the clicking like detents in the back of the leg. So very well done on Mattel's part. So my big thing for this release was making sure that it was in scale with the Masterverse line. And while I think in that show, the Revelations Netflix show, it should be a little bit bigger, I don't think this is half bad. It looks actually pretty good. I mean, it's a smaller horse, but, you know, Excuse me, He-Man, pardon my reach here. Spread out his legs a little bit. And boom, you have him riding Stridor. And I think that's super sick. And it just really makes me hope that we get a King Randor. I mean, I put him on one of my videos. Maybe go check that video out, top 10 Masterverse that I would like to see made in 2022. But yeah, getting this is really cool. And I think it's, I mean, you could put He-Man on it if you want, but that's not something I'm going to do personally. I bought this with the intent of them eventually doing a King Randor. I hope we get that. I hope this line doesn't die. Mattel lost the Amber collection, which is upsetting. I mean, the new Hammond collection looks pretty cool, but I mean, those dinosaurs aren't going to be in scale, so it's bittersweet. You know, we're going to get new dinosaurs, but they're not going to be in scale with the ones you already have. So, but that's a video for another time. But yeah, overall, I think this looks really cool, and it's definitely what I'm going to be using mine for. So, with that being said, I mean, this is an awesome figure, especially for the price point. I think it was like $30. Maybe $35. I don't think it was too expensive, and I think you get a lot for the price point. I mean, Mattel is always pretty good with that, in my opinion, whether it be the Amber collection, the Masterverse, or even the Origins line. They do a really good job at that, so I'm very happy with what they gave us for the price point. I love the accessories. I like the accessories a lot, actually. I like the articulation. The scale works good. The only thing is, maybe I wouldn't mind paying like 5, maybe even 10 extra bucks to get a couple more paint apps, but if I want to be real nitpicky, I can do that myself. So, it's a kind of what you want kind of thing. But overall, I believe that's all I got. So if I was to give this figure a rating at a price point of $30 or so, I'm not really remembering how much it was. My lovely girlfriend got it for me, and I paid her back whatever she asked me to. So I don't really know exactly what it was. But if I was to give this a rating for that price point, I'm giving it an easy 10 out of 10. Yeah, I would like a little bit more paint apps, but I think for the price point, what you get is more than fair. The amount of accessories, the articulation, and the fun factor of this thing. I had a lot more fun taking pictures of this than I initially thought, so very pleasantly surprised. But with all that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, please do yourself the favor and me and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 500. We're less than 50 away at this point, so it would be greatly appreciated if we get to 500. We're going to do a live stream. If we do, that would be awesome. I would love to talk to you guys, ask some questions. We can do a Q&A or whatever. I'll make an announcement or something and see what we want to do. But, along with that, please be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I've been posting a lot on there, on both of those. I mean, I always post on Instagram, but I've been posting a lot more on TikTok recently, and it's a lot of fun on there. So I'm in more on that app. But, what are you going to do? That's me. I like to have fun with my shit. So, I think that's all I got for today. So as always, let me know. You coppin'? I'd love to know. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.